Well, first of all, I got to ask you, your perspective, your vantage point of the 2013 Oregon State Fall Camp water balloon fight. What did you think of that battle?
Well, I became a casualty of war, is what happened. I was standing there enjoying the hijinks, enjoying the revelry, and next thing I know, there was some suicide bombers that came by and took me out. And lo and behold, it turns out it was my old wide receiver Brent Brennan and his little brother Brad, who's now a GA here. And I'm going to have to plan strategically a counterattack, a counterinsurgency.
Any ideas come to mind yet, or you need to sit down and think this out?
This is going to be one of those things that's going to take careful planning, and it costs millions of dollars and lots of lives.
No, obviously the big story that everybody wants to know is who's going to be starting at quarterback for Oregon State. What else did you see observed today that stood out to you, good or bad?
What jumped off the table for me was the depth at the tight end position. Connor Hamlet, obviously a proven entity at that position, but Caleb Smith and a number of the other guys, they all look like carbon copies of each other, and there's so much you can do formationally when you have that kind of depth at that position. Stanford's made a living doing it over the last several years, and since Coach Riley still likes two-back and so forth, I see a lot of promise with respect to the tight end position.
Now, what do you see out of Oregon State this year? Obviously 9-4 last year, and these guys actually a little disappointed in that. Rashad Reynolds said it was kind of a disappointment because they were so close to maybe being having an 11-win season.
Yeah, they were on the cusp of something really, really special, getting off to the great 6-0 start, and obviously the injury to Mannion disrupted things. He kind of comes back maybe a little bit too early, trying to get back in the race with Cody Vaz, who came in and was so brilliant in that his game against BYU, and they struggle up at Seattle and had the Cardinal on the ropes in Palo Alto, but they look to have a great, favorable schedule early, and if they can get off to a good start, which you'd kind of expect them to, feel no ill effects from a quarterback competition, you got to feel like this team's going to just get better and better and can be right there as they get into the month of November.
Now, obviously, you are an objective observer here, and I'd ask you to pick favorites, but if you were in Coach Riley's position, who would you go with at the quarterback position?
I just got a chance to interview both of them, and I tell them it's an embarrassment of riches. If you're Coach Riley, you're ecstatic that you have two quality quarterbacks, and I know he has to end up picking one, but I don't think he cares who it is. I don't think he has a favorite in this. I think he feels really comfortable with both. He just wants to do what he thinks is the right thing for the team, and the guy who's not in there is going to be standing right next to Coach Riley in case something happens. And as we all know in this game, something usually does. We don't wish any ill will, but something happens. And ultimately, it's a great feeling of security if you're the head coach.
Do you have a gut feeling of which way it might go? I mean, if you had to pick?
I don't. I think both have been terrific, and I made some guesses last year when they were both around, and I was wrong. So I'm going to leave it to the guy who's got a job and has gotten himself off the hot seat, now is in the position of power and King Mike again, and so I'll leave it to him. But I know this: he's ecstatic that he has both of them in the fold.